Okay, today, guys, I'll be talking about Rey Mysterio and John Cena and about other things as well. I'm talking about how does Rey Mysterio have $200,000 and John Cena has $500,000? It doesn't make sense. They both were in the same year, they joined the exact same year as each other, so what makes them different? I think there's a little bit of bullying in this because John Cena has like $60 million and Rey Mysterio only has $10 million. I think I think it's I disagree with that because I disagree with giving John Cena $500,000 for a fight fee and also giving Rey Mysterio, well, they should be having the exact same fight fee. John Cena shouldn't be having more than Rey Mysterio. He shouldn't be having more because they joined the exact same year. In 2002, John Cena joined in June and Rey Mysterio joined in July. So what makes them different? I think, with how this is working, there is a fee that makes the wrestlers have more money, and they have the money, the fee that they get from fighting. And it's like Rey Mysterio is one of them fighters. He is in tradition. His clothing is tradition. He has Mexican blood in him, which makes him a fighter and a very good one at that. And all because he's Mexican and all because he's short, you think you can only give him $200,000. At least he learned English more than John Cena ever did. Just saying, because I've heard Rey Mysterio on TV and he is such an amazing speaker. He knows a lot of English, and I believe that his tradition shouldn't, be attacked by any chance. But what I do believe that, it isn't fair that John Cena gets more money than Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio was on there a lot longer and a lot, no, I mean longer, a lot longer. And John Cena obviously was on there a lot longer too. But why does it make them different? Why does it make them different to each other? It shouldn't. They should have the exact same fee. They've been fighting for years. I'd say now 23 years they've been fighting for. Both of them were fighting for 23 years in WWE, and they've been fighting there for so long that people recognise them. They recognise them. And they know them because of their screen appearances on WWE and their appearances in movies as well. And another thing I have to say, all because he was a Mexican, you give him $200,000. Why didn't you just add 3 more onto that? What makes him different to John Cena? Actually, what makes Great Khali different to John Cena? What makes the Great Khali different to John Cena? What makes that different to John Cena? All because they're different skin tones. All because they're different. They speak English. They can speak in their language if they wanted to. But it's like, why? Why you giving John Cena more money than Rey Mysterio? They've been on there a lot longer. They've been in there for a long time. And I mean a long time. When I mean a long time, I mean a long time. So it shouldn't make Rey Mysterio any different to John Cena. I'm sure Vince McMahon should know that, because if you think about it, it's kind of furious to, you're not being paid your proper fee. I know he's got $10 million, but that might last is like a couple of years, but it ain't enough. It ain't enough at all. Like, not even £100 is enough. Like, people say 10 million's a lot, but it isn't. A billion's a lot. That can last you for nearly as long as you're alive. That could last you a long time, especially if you've got $100 billion. But 10 million, not really. That'd be run out by years, a lot. Like, that money will run out after years of spending it, like 10 or 20 years of spending it. And I mean that. I do mean that. I believe that it shouldn't make him different, Rey Mysterio different to John Cena, really. Because I've watched WWE and their performances are amazing. But on my behalf, I believe that if you're not paying the wrestlers the right amount of money that they need to support their families, then I believe that you as a company, WWE, WWF, WCW, all of your companies have had their chance to speak up and tell the truth, really, because you've heard lots of nasty stuff about them companies, really nasty stuff. And when I mean nasty stuff, I mean nasty stuff. It's like horrible stuff. I really do like WWE. I do watch a little bit of WCW and WWF. I just want the company to really do the best, and I just don't want WWE or WWF or WCW going down the drain because a company mishap. Because if you think about it, they've been wrestling for years. They've wrestled for so long, even before I was even born. They were wrestling in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, and now in the 2020s. I just really wish that I just don't want them to go bankrupt, because they're such an amazing company. So many tributes to the wrestlers. Bray Wyatt really got me. Bray Wyatt, the tribute to Bray Wyatt, really got me upset. And when Bray Wyatt died, I was like tearing up so bad, because I was like, Bray Wyatt was my best wrestler at the time. And when I heard the news that he passed, I think I felt sick, really, because I felt sad as well. Such a young age as well, Bray Wyatt. I just don't want, like, all the history of all them companies going down the drain because of one mishap. I want the companies to stay open. I want there's millions of fans who want to see it open, and I just don't want it destroyed for anyone because the history of WWE is so amazing. It really is. And I praise every single wrestler there. I really do. I do. They brought historic moments to our screens, and they brought the most amazing fights to our screens as well. The Undertaker, towards the end of his career in WWE, they had a Paul Bearer tribute, and especially a tribute to The Undertaker. Such an amazing wrestler. I think he stopped fighting in 2020. But the history and the condolences to every single one of them fighters, dead and alive, the ones that have made history, the ones that have changed our lives, and the ones that have beloved tendencies. Every single one of them have beloved tendencies. I just think if WWE goes down the drain, I think my life and everyone else's life would be difficult. I've loved it for my whole entire life, WWE, and I'm like, I know it's on Netflix now. I know WWE's been bankrupt a couple of times, but I just don't want it to go downhill. I just love WWE. I've watched it a lot, and I'd be sad to see it go. I really would. And I do send my condolences to every single one of them WWE wrestlers, WWF wrestlers, and WCW wrestlers. I know that the Big Show has joined, I think it was WWF or WCW, I'm not sure, but I have to say it's such a beloved company. It's been going for years. Vince McMahon is such an amazing manager of all three of them companies. If he's the manager of all three of them companies, he has done so much for that company. He really has. And Vince McMahon is an amazing guy, an amazing boss. And if I was going to work beside Vince McMahon, I'd happily say yes, because I couldn't imagine how many of them wrestlers really beloved Vince McMahon, who are beloving Vince McMahon. And I think if he dies, Vince McMahon, I think the company would close, I think. But I think he does have children that keep the company open. It's just, if he wants the company to stay open, if he wants WWE to stay open, it's what he wants. He built the companies, and if he wants to shut them down, he can shut them down. It's got to be the manager. Yeah, and if they do shut WWE down, at least we know it's from the manager. At least we know it's from Vince McMahon. And no one else, because if it was from someone else, I think we'd all be upset, because Vince McMahon built that company up, built every one of them companies up for a long, long time. He had iconic wrestlers like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, and Bray Wyatt as well. And Braun Strowman. So yeah, I'd hate to see the company shut down. I do love WWE, WCW, even though I don't watch that too much, and WWF. I don't watch that too much neither. But I would like to see WWE go even further in the future, and I'd like to see the introduction of new wrestlers, new people who watched WWE throughout their life and had a fan favourite of who wrestler they liked. I'd like to see that. I really would. I'd enjoy it. And many of the wrestlers, all of the wrestlers actually, some of them nice, some of them can be cruel sometimes, but also another wrestler that came into my mind was Brock Lesnar. He is one of them wrestlers that, not only does he bring light to the screen, it just a teeny weeny bit of hope that we'd see him again. And we did. We saw him back again in WWE after like a couple of years off WWE. We saw him back, and to have him back was a very good identification of that WWE couldn't go anywhere without these wrestlers. And yeah, that's all really. I just support WWE and WCW and also WWF. And yes, that's all I have to say. WWE is an amazing watch, and I won't be surprised if you haven't watched it. So go and watch it. It's an amazing TV show. And if you haven't watched it, just go and watch it. Just go and watch it. You'd be interested. Really would. So yes. Bye.